Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on February 24, 2023. Winter storm. Power outages and travel disruption continue across U.S. BBC, winter storm cancels and delays thousands of flights. Some states left scorching as others freeze. Daily Mail, Los Angeles gets rare blizzard warning as historic winter storm shuts down parts of Midwest. The Independent, 36 states on alert as winter storms move in LGMA. ABC News, winter storm, North America hit by blizzards and heat wave. BFM TV host Rashid Mbaki sacked over influence claims linked to Team Jorge. Sam Bankman-Fried hit with 4 new criminal charges. BBC, Sam Bankman-Fried hit with further criminal charges. Financial Times, FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried charged with 12 counts in new indictment. The Guardian, Sam Bankman-Fried made over 300 illegal donations, business. The Times, new SBF indictment docs just dropped. Pete Buttigieg's team asks conservative media to stop recording press officer during East Palestine visit. The Independent, Fox's Brett Baier notes recent political attacks on Buttigieg amid train derailment. The Hill, Pete Buttigieg admits he waited too long to address Ohio train derailment. The Independent, Post Politics Now, Buttigieg says Biden administration will never forget the people of East Palestine. Ukraine war, this is how many civilians have lost their lives over the past year. Sky News, 100,000 Ukrainian civilian deaths, shocking toll of Putin's bloody invasion. The Independent, Ukraine has registered over 71,000 alleged war crimes 1 year after Russian invasion. CNA, more than 8,000 civilians killed in Ukraine since start of war, UN says. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, UN rights chief deplores human cost of Russia's war against Ukraine. Nigeria election 2023, charts that explain the nation. BBC, who will be Nigeria's next leader? Inside story. Al Jazeera English, Nigeria elections 2023, why young people are excited. BBC, Nigeria election 2023, what are the issues and why is this vote different? The Guardian, opinion, Nigeria's election offers the country a chance at a reset. Can technology clean up the shrimp farming business? Has Trump's, giggling, Georgia grand jury foreperson Emily Kohrs blown the case? The Independent, grand jury on Donald Trump and 2020 election recommends many charges. The Times, could a Trump grand juror's comments affect possible Georgia charges? Reuters.com, how could Donald Trump not be indicted in Georgia case? The life and death of Denis Tkach, the first Ukrainian soldier to die in Russian invasion. The Guardian, Putin's folly, Russia's brutal invasion 1 year on Ukraine, the latest special video podcast. The Telegraph, 1, this damn year. The Economist, emotional paralysis, hopes, and horrors, covering the Ukraine war. Al Jazeera English, searching for the first casualty of the war in Ukraine. Earthquake aftermath threatens uneasy coexistence at Turkish-Syrian border. The Guardian, photos, fearing aftershocks, families in NW's Syria sleep in tents. Al Jazeera English, Turkey-Syria earthquake, 5 ways to help raise funds for victims. The Independent, Syria, Turkey earthquake situation report number 5, February 21, 2023 Syrian Arab Republic. Relief Web, UN says 350,000 pregnant quake survivors need urgent healthcare. Pupil absences remain above pre-COVID levels. BBC, illness drives stubbornly high persistent absence. Learn fast or you'll be dead, the bloody stalemate on Ukraine's front line. The Independent, the mental health first aiders fighting back in Ukraine. BBC, when there are no words, translating trauma in Ukraine. The Conversation Indonesia, opinion, Russia's brutal war in Ukraine concerns us all. DW, English, many colleagues have lost everything except their work, WHO representative in Ukraine. French police questioning teenager after fatal stabbing of school teacher. The Guardian, French teenager stabs teacher to death at school, France latest news live, English news live. CNN News 18, murder inquiry opened over fatal stabbing of teacher in France. The local France mourns after stabbing of schoolteacher. DW, English, minute of silence for slain teacher in southwest France. Ukraine orphans enjoy paradise in Scotland. BBC, the Hedge End family who stepped in to welcome Ukrainians. Southern Daily Echo, Ukrainian family in Wirral dreaming of returning home. ITV News. ITV News, Ukrainian family tell of finding wonderful second family in Sunderland as they mark a year since the Russian invasion. Sunderland Echo, Ukrainian man living in Sunderland pleads for the world's continued support 1 year on from Russian invasion. Los Angeles blizzard warning is first since 1989. BBC, California could face floods, blizzards from huge U.S. storm. The Independent, Los Angeles meteorologists marvel at blizzard warnings. BBC, blizzard, rain to pelt Kern County. The Bakersfield Californian, weather reporters stunned as blizzard hits major U.S. city for first time in 30 years. U.S. ex-lawyer Alex Murdaugh admits lying but denies killing family. BBC, Alex Murdaugh murder trial, defendant testifies over son and wife killings. The Telegraph, Alex Murdaugh snaps intense cross-examination about faking police power, stolen funds and lavish lifestyle. The Independent, lawyer denies murdering wife and son in trial that is engrossing America. Evening Standard, prosecutors attempt to show Murdaugh seeking advantage with solicitor badge. Gaza-Israel exchange of fire follows deadly West Bank raid. BBC, Gravitas, Israeli military raid in West Bank kills 11. WION, Israeli airstrikes hit Gaza after militants fire rockets in wake of West Bank raid. The Guardian, 11 Palestinians killed during Israeli raid in West Bank. BBC News. BBC News, catastrophic, Palestinians recount fatal Israeli raid on Nablus. Ukraine, matter of time before Putin is on trial for war crimes, US envoy says. Sky News, here's why prosecuting Russia for Ukraine's war could make the West vulnerable. Euronews, letter, Nuremberg is wrong model for Putin's crimes. Financial Times, Ukraine war, Wagner mercenary leader steps up row with Russian military. The Moscow Times, could prosecuting Russia for Ukraine's war make the West vulnerable? Joe Biden nominates former Mastercard boss Ajay Banga to lead World Bank. The Guardian, US puts forward Ajay Banga to lead World Bank. BBC, US nominates former Mastercard chief as World Bank president. Financial Times, US nominates ex-Mastercard CEO Ajay Banga to head World Bank. Al Jazeera English, Gravitas, Indian origin Ajay Banga to lead the World Bank. Boris Johnson calls on UK to break the ice by sending fighter jets to Ukraine, and warns China against historic mistake. Sky News, China making big mistake if it arms Russia, says Boris Johnson. The Times, Johnson urges Sunak to send fighter jets to Ukraine. The Independent, we just don't have the money to send jets to Ukraine. The Telegraph, Boris Johnson reacts to Putin's war in Ukraine. Alec Baldwin enters not guilty plea over Halyna Hutchins' death. BBC, Alec Baldwin pleads not guilty to manslaughter in Rust film shooting. The Guardian, Alec Baldwin, actor pleads not guilty to involuntary manslaughter charges after death of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. Sky News, Alec Baldwin pleads not guilty to involuntary manslaughter over fatal Rust set shooting. The Telegraph, Alec Baldwin pleads not guilty to charges of involuntary manslaughter. ITV News. TikTok banned from EU Commission phones over cyber attack fears. Sky News, European Commission bans staff from using TikTok. BBC News. BBC News, European Commission bans TikTok on staff devices. BBC, European Commission bans its staff from using TikTok over China cybersecurity concerns. Euronews, TikTok calls EU's move to ban app from its phones un-European. China calls for Ukraine peace talks as it steps up engagement in the conflict. The Guardian, China pushes for ceasefire in Ukraine conflict. Financial Times, this is how China wants the war in Ukraine to end. The New Statesman, Germany and China clash over West's supply of weapons to Ukraine. The Guardian, US may publish evidence of China plan to supply Russia with weapons. At least 6 killed in open-pit coal mine collapse in North China. The Guardian, Death toll rises to 3 in China mine collapse tragedy. China mine collapse news, English News Live. CNN News 18. New landslide at China's coal mine collapse that left at least 49 people missing and 4 dead. Euronews. Search suspended for 50 missing in China mine collapse. The Independent. Moment mine collapses in China's Inner Mongolia region. UN calls for immediate Russian withdrawal from Ukraine. The Guardian. Ukraine war. UN condemns Russian invasion ahead of anniversary. BBC. Ukraine war latest news. UN condemns Russian invasion ahead of anniversary. BBC. UN condemns Russia over Ukraine war, calls for withdrawal. Al Jazeera English. At UN, Ukraine finds strong support 1 year into conflict. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.